chair, uh, and eventually I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm just going to finish this thought. And eventually I'm going to be doing a video essay of that, and I thought it would be very, very funny if in that video essay I have like I hold up a butterfly effect, but it's like because I have the DVD somewhere here as well. But it's a VHS copy that doesn't fucking exist. Like, you know, I thought that would be funny. And at the end of the thing, I'm going to be uh using a huge uh dildo to beat the VHS tape, the DVD, uh, all of the cases to them to fucking splinters. That's like uh, that's the planned ending to it.
Nice.
I am never like I'm going to where the fuck am I going to post this? I have like am I going to post this on YouTube? I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know why I have to make my all everything that I do so fucking like inaccessible to everyone.
Yeah.
Uh, sorry, I just had to get. Um, I'm going. Maybe I'll do that over spring break. Like that's now, like next week. So, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah. Hello and welcome everyone to Behind the Scenes with a Psychopath.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Welcome back everyone to another episode. Episode 65.
Oh,
Um,
those left.
yeah, we
Okay,
are continuing with our Sal Grover's interview
and
that
I'm
we actually
I'm
did.
continuing with the countdown to 69, the 69th episode, in which I will start the episode by full nude performing a 69 with a stranger from Tinder while reciting the American national anthem. Uh, and like, I know that that's bullshit, but I also like you're not entirely sure if I am actually just fucking with you or not. Like there is a slight chance that I would do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to plug in my fucking earphones finally because like
yeah, yeah. So,
so you don't get an echo or something.
um, if you watched our first part one, you will know that we only got 20 minutes in.
Yeah, because one of us kept interrupting her to go on like long ass diatribes about nothing. Like me, that was me. It was like
Yeah.
I was not
Uh,
I was not on
so
topic that night.
yeah, yeah. So, just a warning. Um, we may we may get to 20 minutes and then that'll be it. I mean, this is gonna be a probably a
Uh,
a four
I,
parter.
dude, we're doing it. This is our Harry Potter. We're doing 7 parts.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe a five parter, depending on how
we're
much
going to
we
split
get
the
through.
final. We're going to split the 7th part
Yeah.
into 2 parts as
Oh
well. So
yeah.
like it's like uh,
Yeah. So
Max and Torin and the cunty swallows.
yeah, yeah. So if you want a refresh, um, we are basically watching Sal Grover's recent interview she did on the Hard Yarns podcast,
Yeah.
where they were discussing um biology versus gender.
Is it called hard yarns?
Yeah,
What?
hard yarns. Yeah,
Oh my fucking god.
he's
You
I don't
yeah.
know. Um,
What a fucking hard yarns. My favorite part of that episode is when he like gets his guest to sell his fucking bullshit to him.
yeah,
Like, have you ever done therapy? La 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 la. No, no, it's not better health. Was it better health? No, it's better sleep. Something like that. Like, do you have sleeping issues? This a Swedish celebrity who got that question. Like he's a comedian, Magnus Betnér. And he got that question while doing like a morning fucking inter morning show interview with one of the worst interviewers in Sweden, Malou von Sivers. I fucking hate her. I wanted to be famous for a while she was still like active, only to be interviewed by her just so I could tell her to fuck off. Uh, did not have the time, but I did see the episode where she interviews like a junkie who is like clean now. And he, and now he's a skateboarder, and so he interviews she interviews him about his journey, and then she says, "You're not here for the reason that everyone else is." And he's like, "No, that's right, because there were so many mornings when I was strung out on amphetamines, just like going through withdrawal, and I was watching this show, and all I could think was like, this is the worst fucking show I've ever seen in my entire life." And I want everyone out there to know that you don't have to watch this.
no,
Like on the program that is currently on, he
yeah,
says that he used to be strung out, so that's why he came on that show because he knows that some other person. And guess if I saw that while I was like withdrawing from amphetamines in the morning, and then like this comedian who got the answer, "Have you ever had sleeping problems?" The answer's yes, and she says, "Well, how do you solve that?" And she just says, "Well, I mix booze with sleeping pills, and that kind of works."
mm,
And then she has to like deal with that in a morning, like on a morning show. Morning shows which are watched by for like 80% of the viewers are like retired old people and meth addicts. That's who they're fucking showing shows to in that hour of the morning. Now I'm done. I'm sorry. We
yeah.
haven't even started watching. Fucking hell.
It's all right. Yeah. So, yeah, like I say, like I said, we may get into 20 minutes again, but we shall see.
I'm not even
Um,
kidding. These are my favorite fucking episodes to record
so
because I just get to be like the worst.
yeah, right. So, yeah, let's.
Society. So freedom of belief is none of my business. It only becomes my business if you're saying I have to believe it too. And the moment I've got to believe it too, I've got a rights conflict. And which brings us back to the Sex Discrimination Act, which is basically enforcing this on us, which is where it becomes a free speech, a freedom of belief, and freedom of association.
So how was this act passed without any of the public knowing?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, they did nothing. It was like 400 words sort of a speech that was doing it, and it was just it never went to a public vote either, and it was just it was just the Labor senators who did it. Some of them who are still in. I mean, Penny Wong voted to take them out. Kate Gallagher, the current minister, literally voted to take the definition of woman out of the Sex Discrimination Act. I'm just going on it's just she just in this tweet like
Did they have
Yeah.
like she says they kept the definition of the word woman out of the Sex Discrimination Act.
Yeah,
They used the word woman, I guess. Like or like
yeah,
there's gender or stuff. Because like I was about to say Riley Gaines. I thought for 2 weeks now, I've been thinking that was who we were responding to. Like I remember now, I remember that you said like heard actual name last time, and I knew back then, but like Jesus fucking Christ, I mixed these people up. They are nothing to me, and I am somehow everything to them. Funny how that works, you fucking wormin. But like legal, like laws don't tend to have like definitions for words written in them.
No.
You don't define the word kill when you in the law against like first degree murder. I don't think at least. Like it's not me who's the lawyer, it's my sister. I'm just the one who will use her for free one day in the future when I need to. But like she's not working as a lawyer though, so I might as well like defend myself. But like I'm just wondering, like, why would they put the definition in?
You know, when because I've heard Sal Grover use that before in other arguments
I'm so sorry
which he
for
makes.
having heard that fucking annoying cunt before, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Um, like there's nothing wrong with the Australian accent, but when you've got someone who's got that whiny tone to their
No,
voice,
yeah, and like
it's annoying.
I genuinely love the Australian accent.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Um, I have bits of my own accent, which I know that I've like taken from there. I'm not going to tell you which one. It's a fun little game.
Yeah.
But like, she's annoying in so many ways, and also like she's fucking boring.
Yeah.
But but like, why would this? I'm not going to use any ableistic slurs today. I've decided. So let's just say, why did this person who clearly began life by getting like hate fucked in the soft spot of their brain, of the skull, why do they think that like the law book is a fucking dictionary? Because it's not.
Are you referring to Sal Grover?
Yeah.
Because
Like, why would you
see,
need to define woman?
because that's like I'm trying not that it's hard, but I'm trying to perhaps build an argument for her,
Yeah, please do.
playing devil's advocate, but I just can't because I can't be asked.
No, and also like,
It's like trying to define woman, like what is a woman? What is womanhood?
yeah, fine, do that in the dictionary.
Yeah, but
Like, the law book doesn't need it.
no, the law is the law.
Yeah, and like, what the fuck? Like, it's not, it's not. Ah, you dumb bitch! You broke me with the first fucking sentence you said. Jesus Christ! But like, did she?
Yeah,
If she goes to look up what like the different degrees of theft, for example, or larceny or something, or like arson. She goes to look up the laws for arson, and she's like, they don't define what Tinder is here. And I mean Tinder, like the one you use to like set fires,
yeah,
not the one you use to set
yeah.
fires in your pants when you get chlamydia.
Yeah.
But like I just why you can have two books. You can buy a fucking dictionary. You can even use Merriam-Webster online. I used a lot because I look up synonyms to debauchery and like degeneracy and uh, transgression. Not even kidding. I do
Yeah,
that. But that's because I'm trying to figure out like a title for my porn business. Uh,
it's like if um for those watching this who will watch this in the future when this gets uploaded,
Dead.
be for a bumpy ride because again, this might be a long one. It's like yeah, if I was to go on Google Map now and I say like define woman, right? Obviously it comes up, noun and adult female human being, which we
Yeah.
already know.
Is
But
that
if I was to put in Australia definition woman,
no?
uh if I was going to news.com au health bar, this was back in June 2022. So, nothing really recent. Australia's top healthy bureaucrat has taken nearly 3 months to come up with a 78-word definition for a common term. So the headline is Health Boss Brendan Murphy
Yeah.
provides 78-word definition of woman. And again, this took him nearly 3 months to come up with.
Yeah.
For
By the way,
yeah,
I just one of them is like one of the definitions that I found is like women in general, and uh like as in you use the word woman to be. Am I lagging? I feel
a little
really
bit, yeah.
laggy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
But you can hear me properly.
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's the only thing that I care about. Good. But like, because like the last definition that I find, and now we're on the Cambridge Dictionary, women in general, as in you use the word woman as a sort of synecdoche
Yeah.
for women, womanhood and stuff. Uh, and if this is just funny. Like I don't. If anyone thinks this is because I'm offended, then it's not. It's just that I find it funny when people do shit like this. The example sentence is he is writing a book on the representation of women in of the representation of woman in medieval art. First and foremost, if someone wrote that sentence to me, I would think they were fucking insane because like in of woman in like no. Like that's not a way that I would use woman as a general term for women. Second, why did it have to be a dude? Like, why did the sentence on the definition of the word woman have to be a fucking dude? Like the subject of the sentence is dude, uh, like he. The object of the sentence is women. So, and I don't know. Yeah, that tracks. That's kind of how society views it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I just found that funny. But like, what I mean
yeah,
is, like, yeah, sure, they have the definition, but she's like, oh, they didn't put the definition of the word woman in like the fucking law book. Why would that's just what I want to know. Like, where would like if you have a defense, like a sort of like uh protection of gender identity or protection of the sex act or something. You never did. Like, I don't know. I've read the law book because I need to know what kind of laws I'm breaking. But like I've never seen them start defining terms like that. It's just a legal document about what you can, can't, and are supposed to do.
yeah,
And like everyone, go read up on the laws of your neighborhood. Like, uh, because one of the laws of practically every country is that it's your responsibility to know the law. So like, know the fucking law.
yeah,
Because you're never going to be able to claim that, oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. I very, very much agree with that.
So like
Um,
just study law personally.
yeah.
I do it. It's well
Um,
not fun, but it's like that's how I get my in case I get caught buying a shitload of drugs.
yeah, yeah. But that's a very good point that Max makes. Um, even if you're not affected in your district, still read up on your local law.
Yeah, and you don't know if you're affected until you read up on
Yeah, exactly.
it.
So yeah, um,
So yeah, just a little tips from Max, and now yeah, I don't know. I'm done with this fucking
yeah,
diatribe about the definitions. I just thought she was a bit of a dumb cunt.
yeah. Well, you know, I try to. It's not I try to. I refrain from attacking anyone's um intellect because it's
I
not a nice
definitely
thing to
don't.
do. But when it comes to turfs, and anyone really that is being caught by the massive cult that turfs are in, when they espouse known, easily debunked information like Sal, you're basically asking to ask you for it in the context of you're
Oh,
asking to be laughed at, you're
yeah,
asking to be fact checked, and when you are fact checked, they double down, and it's like, what are you doing?
yeah. Like the brain was a bit too short, so I had to rape them with my intellect.
Yeah, it's like having a pitchfork and just stabbing them in the head.
Sorry, that's the
Just one
worst
too
thing.
many, just one too many times.
Yeah, that's the worst thing I've ever fucking said, I think. But yeah, kind of like the dumb bitch that I was fighting, like yeah,
Oh
last month.
yeah, yeah,
You saw that? Oh yeah, you're
yeah.
both liked it. Um, she- what the fuck?
Uh,
Also, like, because at the end, you called me worthless. You don't genuinely think that, do you? Like,
and
yeah,
just
I
yeah,
genuinely think that you would be of more worth as a stillbirth.
yeah.
Because then we could like study your stem cells. Like, it's like fuck. I don't. What the fuck do you think of say that shit to people without meaning it? How horrible would I be then?
Yeah,
Like, but that was funny because like I genuinely thought like maybe this one will be intellectually honest, and then I can see in real time how she switches between I'm not fit to be a teacher, basically, because of how I act on Twitter. And no, this nurse was totally right to misgender someone in her professional capacity. And this,
yeah,
like, and then she says shit like, "Oh, but you're allowed to believe in gender ideology." Like, yeah, because that's the official policy, you fucking idiot. You're also allowed to work as a public servant and, I don't know, believe in the Holocaust. But if I started
yeah,
to deny that at work, I'm going to get some fucking issues. You can only do that if you're like British authors living in Scotland
yeah,
who have written Harry Potter and are named J.K. Rowling
yeah,
are cunts.
yeah, yeah. It's like you interacted with this person once or twice. Um, he like Thomas Willett, who we are looking to have back on again, along with Matt
Yeah,
at some point. Did a
it's great.
post, and this person who I had the unfortunate pleasure of interacting with, um, said that doctors did lobotomies at one point, and he just went on like a rant,
Yeah,
and then I got back to him and I said, "Let me find it." Um,
yeah.
that
While you're doing that, do you know what my favorite part of yesterday's whole shit show was?
Yeah.
The way it started, because you know what actually kicked everything off? Me being correct about a Robert Frost poem.
Oh yeah.
And then someone goes like, "Do you think that she's actually?" But they said he, because of course they did. But like, do you think she actually have read Marquis de Sade? Like, no, I would lie about reading like Baby's First Fucking Transgressive order. Like, I
He,
have two references, one in my name and one in the fucking bio. The first sentence of the bio, "all wise amply rewarded," is the subtitle to Juliet. Uh,
yeah.
like, yeah, I did love the Marquis de Sade when I was like 15 and just had learned about butt fucking. Like, what the what the
Yeah.
fuck are you insane?
Yeah. It's like
I'm going to
obviously
I'm going to earn hipster cred by like being a Robert Frost apologist and talking about
yeah.
Marquis de Sade on Twitter. And by the way, that Robert Frost poem, I'm correct about that. It's not about the road less taken having the road not taking making all the difference. It's about literally the opposite. The last line is sarcastic, you fucking idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like so yeah. So regarding this person saying, "Oh, doctors once did lobotomies at one point." It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, right. They also did bloodletting. So for anyone that's draining blood to
yeah, but like,
remove
are we sure
bad
that they're not? Are we sure that they're not
humors.
like saying like, "Be nice to me," because doctors used to do lobotomies, and I was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Um.
if
They
we are
used
to
to,
be charitable,
yeah.
I just play devil's advocate,
Yeah. They used
like
to do
a literal devil.
something called tray panning, which is drilling holes in the skull to
I
release
actually have a friend who does
evil
blood.
spirits or treat headaches and epilepsy,
Yeah,
which is fun.
yeah. I actually like have a friend who still does bloodletting.
Oh, awesome.
She also drank my blood once while we were high on benzo while watching Lolita in her basement, which is a weird story for another day, I think. But like,
Yeah.
it made sense in the context
Um,
of a bunch of benzo.
yeah. Mercury treatments. Using toxic mercury for ailments like syphilis, despite its harmful effects. Oh, and the last one, which you might find hilarious
Cocaine?
in a weird way. Um, they used to give cocaine to children,
Yeah, baby.
prescribing cocaine for toothaches and coughs,
Yeah.
which we now know is highly addictive.
Ah.
Yes.
Uh, uh, Depends on how you define addictive. It's
Yeah,
addictive shit while you're still high because holy shit, a cocaine high for those of you who don't know lasts about 30 to 40 minutes. It's very very short. It's not long at all. But followed right after you have 10 minutes of depression because and during those 10 minutes everything in your body will scream, I need to do more cocaine, I think. Like, and you will start finding reasons to do more cocaine. Stay with it. Always wait like 15 minutes to an hour before doing the next bump, and you're going to have a great night and you're not going to get addicted.
yeah,
Getting physically addicted to cocaine is very fucking hard because of the fact that the body burns it so quickly. Like, if they want to test you positive, if you were to do a piss test the day after you've been on a cocaine binge, probably won't find anything. Like, you basically have to be high or during withdrawal in order for them to find anything in your piss. They could find something in your hair, but the only way to get the evidence out of your hair is to literally fucking shave your head. In this hair are years and years of amphetamine and cocaine use, but like nobody does hair tests. Just letting you know. Fun fact about cocaine. Why is one of the best drugs? Also, like when you start getting the nosebleed, Jesus fucking Christ, chill. Don't do more, you fucking morons.
yeah,
The nosebleeds is your nose's way of saying, no, please, fuck, not more. Also, you can smoke cocaine without it being crack, but it will be extremely intense, possibly very uncomfortable, and it will last for about 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I
He,
did that once in a park.
yeah.
I
This,
rolled
per-
a cigarette and cocaine.
yeah. This person also, he likened gender affirming care because he said that because he said, when we look back at gender affirming care, we will look back at it like we once did with lobotomies.
Oh yeah, I forgot the part about fuck. No. Like I was trying to like I forgot the part about when they stuck a fucking sharp thing into my eye and hacked off a bit of my brain. And you know what? We also, but the reason we don't do lobotomies anymore is not only because it's like inhumane or something, because genuinely there are some positive aspects of lobotomies. Like it's not an evil; it's just a procedure that was sometimes used for evil, sometimes used because it was the only way we could do it back then. Like it's
Yeah,
a it's not an evil thing. It even if it was used for it at some point, and like mostly. Uh, but thing is, we now have different methods that doesn't uh, necessarily destroy the brain. But like lobotomies as a un Jesus fuck. I didn't think this was the episode where I come out in defense of lobotomies. But like lobotomies as a just completely what is it? Unquestionable evil. That's just not medically true. It's
yeah,
like electroshock therapy. I know people who have had electroshock therapy who believe it was like that's very good for them and who like got help from it. Like they got better from it and they nothing else had worked. Sure, it kind of fucked up certain things, but like when your choice is between having fucked up certain part of your brains and having your entire brain completely fucked to the point where you hang yourself, you're probably going to choose the first one. Things aren't unbridled good or unbridled evil. Things are more nuanced than that.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
transphobes are like fucking allergic to nuance. So they will say shit like we will look back at it like we do lobotomies. Like what? Like an outdated but at the time like sometimes necessary even procedure. Is that what he means? No, it doesn't. He means that we will look back at it like evil. The thing is that what they're doing, we're going to historically look back at as not as a fucking necessary procedure, but as genocide. And I'd rather be on the side of lobotomies than on genocide.
yeah. It's like in the 1900s, so early, so probably between the 18th and the early 20th century, lobotomies were obviously a massive thing,
Yeah.
especially towards um the mentally ill at that time, because obviously, again, not a lot of research was known about mental illness, obviously,
And
and so
like,
that was one of the ways to, along with electroshock therapy. And so I asked this person, what is your point? Like he didn't have any. And it's like, if you're gonna make that argument, it's a very bad argument.
yeah.
But if you're gonna make it, at least add context to it. At least add nuance. Not that they can add either, but still.
Oh, and by the way, do you want to know something fun?
Yep.
I can even like go against this even harder than I have now, because okay, so let's say it's like lobotomies. Well, do you know what my opinion on lobotomies are? Like genuine, like whether or not we should have them or not.
Go for it.
As a general rule, no, I do not. Definitely don't believe that we should have lobotomies. For fuck's sake. But if the subject is doing it of their own fruition, because they want it because it's uh the only way that they can get happy or anything, or even if it's just one way that they can get happy, get rid of the depression. Something. So they want to have a piece of the fucking brain hacked off in order for them to uh, achieve that or be cured of that depression or whatever the fuck it is. And they have consented and they are fully of a sound mind. I believe they should be allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So basically, not that different from my view of gender affirming care. Only difference is that, of course, I do believe that there should be greater safeguards when it comes to like hacking off a piece of your brain. But it's your brain. I'm not going
Yeah.
to stop you. So like that, I don't know. But now some piece of shit is going to take this fucking clip out of context, like they did with when the time when I said that like incest is natural, and they decided that out meant that I thought that incest was something that we should all go for.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have like standardized cannibalism either, but like cannibal
No.
natural. My whole point was that natural isn't good.
Yeah.
And now my whole point is that things are more complex than that.
Yeah. Exactly. Like you said, there are people, um, and they want to do it. They are fully aware of the risks.
Yeah,
They are fully aware of uh, the limitations it will bring upon them. But
yeah,
there are people who say, "Oh, I want my leg chopped off."
yeah,
Right? It's like there are those people,
yeah. And like,
and like you
fucking
say,
do it then. I don't care.
yeah. I mean, personally, I don't. I mean, I mean, it's not for me. But again, as long as you give consent,
Yeah, and like when it comes to these things, I do definitely think that it should be on the request of the patient and not like as a. I don't think any doctor should be like maybe lobotomy.
yeah, like
Like,
no,
no, I don't think that should be the case. Um,
like listen, if you listen, if you want to use my brain for science, then
yeah,
wait till I'm dead. No, wait till I'm in the ground,
yeah.
and
Uh,
then maybe do that.
uh,
Obviously don't do any necrophilic shit to my body.
that's for
But
me.
yeah,
That's for me too. Literally, I've been trying to like. One day we're going to be discussing necrophilia on this show and why I don't think that that's an unbridled evil either. If you give consent while you're alive, I think you should be allowed to get fucked as a corpse.
yeah,
I do believe that, and I have consented. When I'm dead, you're totally allowed to do whatever you want with my body, sexual or not. Not you specifically, like
no,
not that I tell
yeah,
like I mean like I guess that you are I, like yeah, I on the basis of just fucking pure everyone, because I don't care. I'll even let a transphobe dress me up as a dude because I'll be fucking dead. I don't care.
yeah,
You can play with my dead little cock.
yeah,
Hold it
yeah,
tight and wait for rigor mortis, motherfucker. So you
yeah,
don't have to tie it up with a fucking flower stick. But like that's my point. Like they try to find this uh this is an evil thing, and now we're going to compare it to it. But I don't think there are many things in the world, like many even concepts that are pure, purely bad, that are
yeah,
purely bad in every context, except for the one that they're literally fucking doing.
yeah,
Genocide is one of the things, like even murder on a pure uh, I'm going to murder a single person. I believe that there are motivations for that. I believe that there are people, there are some people in the world who would be better off dead. I think it was a
Yeah.
good thing that someone murdered Hitler. I don't really know who it was, but like I think like someone snuck into that bunker and killed him. Yes, I know that was the joke. To anyone sitting there like he killed himself, yeah, I know. That was a better version of that joke when they say like the guy who killed Hitler is a hero. Like that was what I did.
Yeah.
Stop being dumb. Uh, not you, but the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but like genocide, on the other hand, is one thing that I genuinely can never see a good reason to do.
No.
Like that's always like that's one of the few evils of the world, if we are allowed to like. I don't believe in evil as a concept, but whatever. That's a discussion I'm saving for my vegetarian friends. But I don't get how you can support a genocide while also trying to find something that is like on a pure ethical level always bad, or on a pure like societal level always bad. Genocide is always bad
Yeah.
on like a global point.
Yeah. When you target a population and want to create a mass genocide, nothing good ever comes out of it. Like it doesn't. But it's like, yeah, um,
Okay,
yeah,
change my mind. There's one like category of people who I would definitely fucking wipe off the face of the earth, and it's people who listen to new metal.
yeah.
Aside from Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm, the only good new metal song ever, and it's actually better than the original. Then again, I do not like Michael Jackson, but whatever. Uh,
Yeah,
but like, yeah, that's a great fucking song. Other than that, new metal, get fucked. Uh, no, I don't think you should die because you listen to new metal. I just think you should be kept in a laboratory and done experiments on.
yeah, um, yeah. So
We've gotten
for
one
those,
step into the day.
yeah. So for those of you watching, again, when I brought up bloodletting, lobotomies, trepanning, mercury treatment, that was from a time where these were classed as unscientific methods.
Yeah. But I will say though, cocaine is like,
Yeah.
do you know, because like I had my infection in my urine, like the root canal and that stuff. Do you know what the only thing that actually helped ease the pain was for a bit?
Okay.
Cocaine. Because
Yeah.
it works, and I diluted it with water and I like dripped it into my mouth. I didn't do it that way, but like that song. If you don't know this, anyone out there, like that song by The Weeknd, "I Can Feel My Face When I'm With You." That's about him being on cocaine, because cocaine will make you so fucking numb that like, oh God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like first time I did cocaine, like that's why like you know in the films when they do it like on the
Yeah.
but basically it takes up the cocaine very quickly, and it comes into the blood flow very easily, and also like it makes your gums really numb, like comfortably numb. By Pink Floyd apparently isn't about drug use, but about them being like not euthanized. What the fuck? Um, the euthanize where you don't die when you go for an operation. Getting
Oh, what is that
anesthesia.
fucking word?
Anesthesia.
Yeah, that's yeah.
By the way, that was what solved Ingmar Bergman's death things, anxiety from death. Apparently, he got anesthesia. So I need to be doing that at some point. But like, apparently that's what the song is about. But like, comfortably numb is exactly the feeling that I get in my face when I do shitloads of cocaine.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't advise giving cocaine to children now. But yeah,
No,
I mean
I
at
wouldn't.
that time, yeah,
I wouldn't. But I do advise you, if you are not opposed to it as an adult, uh, and you want something that actually does ease your toothache, mix cocaine, a little bit of cocaine in a little bit of water, and use like a pipette or something. Is it called a pipette? Like one of those,
yeah,
and you just drop it, a few drops on where it hurts, and it will ease the pain for a bit. Like that's genuine advice from me. And you won't get like high or anything. And by the way, a cocaine high is very, very different than people expect it to be. That's why people are not good at cocaine. Nobody
yeah,
knows how to fucking handle cocaine because surprisingly enough, it's the most subtle high in the world that I've ever
yeah,
felt. And all of a sudden, you just talk very much. I'm not on cocaine right now, by the way. I'm just on
yeah.
ADHD.
Yeah, let's say you watch I don't know if there's any drugs in this series because I haven't watched it, but if you've watched, I don't know, Euphoria, or you've
Yeah,
watched anything that has
it's there.
drugs in it, and someone's taking cocaine and you see them on a massive high, Hollywood is known for, you know,
What it is a shift in adjustment. It's like cocaine is like walking into a room and everyone is happy to see you. That's what it feels like. Like you are expected to be there. It's nice that you are there.
yeah,
Problem is that people who don't who expect it to be like bigger don't actually really like my boyfriend. Someone I know, I'm not allowed to say does drugs. Uh, did cocaine once and absolutely fucking hated it. Uh, didn't even feel it. But it was like, I don't feel anything. And both me and like a friend, just like at the same time, like, but no, but we can hear it because he had been like talking constantly, and he's another person who does that.
yeah,
But like some amphetamine is better because it's a strong, like it does a more powerful kick, but it's very subtle. It's a little attitude adjustment, but it will show like very, very clearly. And when you do cocaine, you're either a more talkative and a bit more confident version of yourself, or you're a fucking trash goblin from the fucking spite dimension who are just screaming in the face of everyone, like fucking sweating. You can smell the fucking cocaine on you, and there's no telling who you will become. And it just takes once. Like you can be the smooth talking version of yourself every fucking time you do cocaine until once, and you become the trash goblin, and then you can never do cocaine again because you will become the fucking trash goblin every time. And I personally have seen this happen to so many, and I dread the day when I become the trash goblin. I write to like my friends the day after I've been doing cocaine with them, and like, did I become the fucking trash goblin this time? And they said no.
yeah,
So like, be wary with cocaine, but use it for your tools. Genuinely, it's great, and you won't get high. Like you get a bit of a buzz, but like, not not worse than like doing fucking OxyContin. Like
yeah.
the shit that is prescribed for toothaches are fucking insane in comparison. And also, it's natural.
Oh yeah,
Uh, now we'll stop like doing fucking weird commercials for.
yeah,
I actually have an old commercial like as my header on Facebook.
yeah,
I actually have like an old commercial for cocaine that says like cocaine toothache drops, and then it's two children playing in the street. But yeah, don't give it to children. Like
yeah. Don't do
children
that.
don't appreciate a
No,
good thing.
yeah.
You're not going to be.
Um, you see, you don't just come to this podcast for reactions. You get a whole lot more that you didn't bargain for.
And
So
also, like, if you come for this podcast for reactions today, I'm very, very sorry because like this
yeah,
this has been me doing a fucking
Yeah.
stand-up routine, I think.
Uh,
And like yeah. But you
yeah.
know, I mean, and also like now, because I've been doing this for an hour now. And now I'm kind of fucking tempted to keep going, but I won't. I will shut the fuck up now and um
Yeah, that's fine.
let
Uh,
the person from the Muppets speak.
yeah.
Yeah, like Grover's from the Muppets, right? Or is that like Sesame Street? I don't know.
Serious? Yeah.
Like, I'll give you my number. Let's talk. Like, I have been trying to talk to you about this for years. Like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm not over here doing an Irish jig. I'm trying to get protections for women in law. We need them.
Yeah.
We know. Like, wouldn't it be great if if it was easier to just make no more bad men?
Yeah.
If we could succeed with that, we'd do that. But
Yeah.
we've tried.
Mm.
What?
Yeah.
We know that there's always going to be some out there, and so it has to be certain protections. But I also don't think you need to even use that argument necessarily because, for example, male-only spaces, it's not security, not safety. It is just privacy, dignity, and recreation. That's enough. Like, I think I want a male or female-only space is a good enough reason. Like, there are trans-only apps. There's like 14 or 15 right now. Like,
So they come for yours.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so
You are allowed to make it. It's just as like on a pure practical level, you can't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not, and like, I don't know, like, you are allowed to make like this is strictly for cis lesbians. Actually, I think like, and if you're not, I do think that you should be allowed to do that. I don't think it will go well for you. I don't see how you can impose that requirement. I like aside from like I don't know, sending them a cunt pic and a like XX screenshot, I guess.
Yeah.
But I why aren't you just doing that then? Why aren't you just saying that? Because yeah, as you say, they are probably trans apps. I wouldn't know. I don't hang around trans people. Uh, I avoid them like the fucking plague.
Yeah.
Which is
It's like
something
you see.
like you should be doing, Sal.
Yeah. It's like you see again. That just plays in, and I know there's certain people who get bored of this, but I don't really give a flying fuck, right? Because history is history for a reason,
I think
right?
anyone who's getting bored of anything has already stopped listening to this episode.
Yeah. Um. Like I say, history is history for a fucking reason, right? It shows that we don't make the same mistakes again. But guess what? Transphobes or anyone who has these beliefs, like she just said, there are trans apps. I'm sure there are, but why should they be limited? But again, this plays in to their segregation argument.
Yeah.
Oh, they should go there. Well, no. How about no?
Yeah, like
How
the but
so?
like
How they like it if one of us turn around and say, "Oh, sorry, you can't go there." How do, how? Why don't we
I don't know.
segregate them? But
I
we
guess
don't do that.
yeah, like I guess they do that on the trans apps. I don't know. I've never been on one. I've never heard of one actually. But I'm
Neither have
sure
I.
they are. I'm sure they are like this is for meeting like this whole T for T thing. Like trans for trans dating.
Yeah,
Which I get. Like you want someone you can share experience with.
yeah,
That's
that's awesome.
that's fine. You can like you want to date another you. That's fine.
Yeah,
A bit narcissistic for my taste. I'm a bit more humble than that. But but like um I don't think that the people who do those apps spend their every waking moment talking about trans people, talking about cis people. Then,
No,
like, why don't you just do your little cis only app then? Call it sissies,
because
and like, just do it. Just do it without. You don't have to go on the fucking radio. Like,
you know, I mean, you already know this anyway, but I'm just saying it out loud so that
use an
people know
attention
what is
because it's an
that.
attention.
The reason why she has to say her fucking buzzwords, because that's all they are buzzwords, catchy one-liners, you know, so that she can go viral or attract her fucking, you know, followers or whatever.
Reading from the script.
Yeah, because that plays in to her narrative. If she has propped herself up like of my four sister, Helen Stanland, you know, Helen Joyce, and many others. They have propped themselves up as to be the last bastion of women, or we're gonna say women. So we're gonna fight this fight, but along with a fucking ogre who
Getting sued again.
needs to shut the fuck up, but he won't
No, like
until
literally
someone shuts it
shut the
up for
fuck
him.
up because every time he opens his fucking mouth, he gets sued.
Yeah, yeah. So they propped themselves up to be this last bastion of women,
Yeah.
as if they were a dying breed.
But they can.
And it's like, no, no, Sal. Women aren't being, you're not being eroded you're not from history.
No, I wish you were. Like
I mean,
specifically.
yeah, but you see, it's like, you see, I'm me as a man, even though I've been misgendered numerous times, which is hilarious.
More times than I have. Very-
I'm a feminist, right? I'm all for equality. You know, cis women, cis is sort of cisgender it's on your medical records, right? It's not something that we made up, right?
Mm.
And trans women, trans men, they are women and they are men.
Yeah.
Cis women are women, cis men are men. Why we have all coexisted throughout history. It's only within the last 5, maybe 10 years or so that there have been this massive uprising of transphobes now having a problem.
Yeah.
So no, you're not doing this for women. They're
No, of
not
course.
doing this for children. They're doing this because, again,
I definitely hope that they're not starting doing dating apps for children. I hope that's not a fucking end game. Sal, you little
no,
weirdo. No, but like, yeah, yeah, I get like the element, but like, just do the app then. Just do the app. Then there will be like the cis only lesbian dating app and like
yeah,
cis only bar. I don't fucking care. But like also like did you know that gay bars don't fucking bar anyone who's not gay from coming in? Like they're not fucking banned from there. I mean, yeah. Uh like anyone can go to a fucking gay bar.
yeah, oh
Uh
yeah,
but like if you want to like fine, you can refuse service to anyone you want if it's your establishment. Fine, I agree with that. In essence, basically. There are some things where I'm kind of iffy on it, but fine.
yeah,
Do your cis only bar. Nobody's going to want to come there anyway. My point is, if I did a trans only thing, I wouldn't spend my days going on about cis people. Like they, who are wanting to do a cis only thing, just spend their entire fucking lives talking about trans people. Like, just do your fucking thing.
Yeah, but
I'm fucking trans, and do you know how much I talk about trans people on this podcast? Like 1 hour a week, 2 hours a week, sometimes 3 hours a week.
yeah,
I barely even touch on it otherwise.
exactly. Because it's not on your mind.
No, because like
But it
more,
is on theirs, and that's the issue.
more pressing
And
issues
that's
on my mind, like getting fucked,
yeah,
fucking other people, doing a bunch of drugs, and like being a good teacher. That was a weird list of things that is on my mind.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But it's like,
now being a good semi-parent to my
and it's people like this host here who is clearly on some level infatuated with, I'm sure, with Sal. Um, he is clearly bought into her bullshit, which is probably why she's on his podcast.
I love how he says like at the start of the episode, like if you want to hear this, go listen to the other episode we did about this. I trust you. We let Sal speak longer than we do this
Yeah,
time. But like at the start he says that he's asking the hard questions and like everything needs to be questioned, and he has spent fucking no time actually questioning her. What he's been doing is like giving the softball questions about how bad everyone else is. No, you're an interview. Ask her a fucking critical question. You do your fucking job as an interviewer. Do you know what? If I'm not saying that we do the most professional interviews, we clearly don't because I'm here. But we're not just like, at least not from, in my mind. I don't have the people on because I want to sell their bullshit.
yeah,
I genuinely believe in the things that people do. Uh, but if there was something that I was had questions on, I wouldn't stop myself from like asking those questions. And like now we don't do the question format really. We do the talk format. But like I say so much bullshit that I kind of put them through the ringer on that. Anyway, but
yeah,
ask the fucking questions. Like ask
yeah,
the questions. If you are going to start like everything needs to be questioned, then question the person you have on because they are the person that should be questioned. They are the person sitting right in front of me, and I don't care if you agree with them. I don't care if you disagree with them. Question them. If that is a fucking start to your episode, do your fucking job.
yeah, yeah. But he clearly hasn't done that. Maybe he has. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he has. But and so maybe chose to not use them. Okay, fair enough. That's your interview style. That's how you want to do things. Sure, great.
Then
But
don't start with those words.
yeah, but like at least have some questions ready, you know, and ask them. Like
Like,
Max has said,
yeah.
we might not be the most professional, and we don't claim to be. You
No,
know,
no, that would be a fucking lie.
if you
It's an
want,
art, by the way.
yeah, if you want professionalism, there are other podcasts out there
Yeah,
who are more
it's not. There's
informative, I guess.
there's not a single person in the world who listens to this to get professional.
Yeah. Um, and again, when we do have guests on, our style is more conversational. Again, if we do have questions, we'll ask them. If we don't, we will just keep the conversation going.
Like we had a literal politician on it, and all I could talk about was myself and cocaine. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think it's easy to come on this podcast and keep a fucking
No,
professional.
but guess what? So far, we haven't had any bad negative feedback.
you know, there was
I
that
mean,
one.
in terms of like the guests we've had on,
Oh yeah, I'm just counting.
except for that one guest that you know Um,
By the way, I just realized she was
Yeah.
live streaming that thing. I realized that a bit ago.
what?
She was live streaming the debate, by the way. I realized that a bit ago, which means that she was performing that fucking poorly while having a chat to back her up.
Yeah.
And because like the fucker who sent the clip, like with me doing the incest, that wasn't from all the fucking video that he sent. That was from somewhere else, which
Yeah.
means she had, and there was a chat there, and that means that she was live streaming it, and
Mm.
that means that she had people feeding her arguments, and she performed that terribly.
Yeah. So let me rephrase the last part I said. Then. So so in terms of the guests we've had on Volume 1, we haven't had any negative feedback from them.
The guests,
Um,
yeah, like,
it's like I'm sure that it's like yeah, I'm sure we've had negative feedback from trolls, and that's par for the
like
course.
people, you know what, it's like the thing that I have with people who don't like my style but agree with my opinion. Like, I get that people wouldn't wanna, like, if it's not your style, it's not your style. I get that. Like,
Yeah,
you are a little pussy if that's the case, but
yeah,
like, you can,
and
yeah, I like a little pussy.
believe me, if you think, oh, the few times, we will get back to the thing. Um, if you think
Could be doing it by the next quarter or so.
yeah, if you think one of the few times where I went off on one or done, think again because they will rear their head again at some point where I will completely lose it.
Yeah,
Um, get to someone or at someone
I always
because of their stupidity.
love when you do that.
But
Makes
here's a word of
me
warning.
like a complete fucking psychopath. Like,
If
because
you haven't figured out by now, this podcast isn't for everyone. It
uh,
um we our demographic is late 20s to like 50s ish age range
that is a good
demographic.
demographic. That's a good demographic.
Uh Actually,
And
let
I'm
me
and I'm so happy that our demographic are on fucking teenagers. If
oh
there's,
no.
if there's any teenagers watching this, stop. You're not allowed to.
Yeah,
I'm your
let me
I'm your mummy now. You're not allowed to fucking watch this. Go to bed, clean your fucking room. Yes, in that order. I don't know how you'll manage it. Do it, Tommy.
yeah our audience is 72.6% male,
Yeah.
24.8% female, 2.2% not specified.
Quick note, yeah, like quick note about the whole like male thing. Uh, a lot of the time, like I think like a few of my YouTube channels are actually registered as male because like that's the offset, so you always have to like switch it up a bit. But yeah, that sounds about
Yeah,
right. But just
and
like there are always like towards males, especially
yeah,
on
yeah. So male 72.6%, female 24.8%, not specified 2.2%, and non-binary 0.3%.
and not specified is what I'm interested in.
Yeah,
Someone's
age
someone's fucking cat.
um 18 18 to 22 1.6%.
Good.
So
Let's
1.3%,
make
sorry.
that shit zero.
Yeah. 23 to 27, 1.6%. Our biggest percentage is 28, 20. Oh, for God's sake. is 28 to 34.
That's
Uh,
my
uh,
age bracket. That's the best
yeah,
age.
at 64.6%. 35 to 44, 12.1. 45 to 59, 9.6. And 60 plus, 10.2.
Yeah.
So we have a varied age range who listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I want to make it
so
less varied because I don't want any 18-year-olds here. I
well,
don't
we
want
have
to.
18 to 22
I
who
know, I don't
listen.
want them here. I'm sorry. I
Well,
don't know why I decided to become like ageist against young people. It's just a funny joke. Of course, I want
yeah,
to hear. I am your mommy. I will take care of you, but go clean your fucking room, Tommy. Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah,
It smells.
um,
Why? How did you make milk do that? Like, I get that it's congealed, but Jesus fucking Christ. And
yeah,
that soft
um,
floor, yes,
yeah,
doesn't make it that crusty, you fucking pervert.
yeah. To our younger listeners, which we apparently have, um,
Oh no, let's be real. To our younger listener,
yeah, to our younger listener between 18 and 22, um, we appreciate you listening to our podcast, but obviously do bear in mind that some of the things that we talk about, some of the things that we joke about, we have gallows humor, and some of our jokes you may not find funny, and that's fine. Like, we're not comedians, even though we may think we are. But do be cautious when listening to our podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. But
uh,
yeah,
and also, if you're over 18, the stuff about cocaine, yes, this applies to you too. I'm okay with you using it, Tommy. That's fine. Just pick that fucking sock off on the floor and stop jerking off into a sock. Do what normal people do when they come and eat it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell, why? Why did... Oh, yeah, fuck it. I'm sorry, I don't know who Tommy is. I just
So,
invited him.
because if you've been, so you've lost initially and
Yes.
you're appealing. Are you allowed to comment on
Yeah,
much of it, or
yeah, I can talk about it pretty freely. I just, I like during it, like last year, you have to sort of be more careful. But that part,
Yeah.
the first round is closed now. Like that's done. But I can talk about it. I mean, it was bizarre. The Australian Human Rights Commission intervened in the case amicus curiae, as I said, and I recommend everyone you can go onto the federal court website, just type in tickle vehicle, and you can see the AHRC's two submissions. They're public. It is like reading a draft of 1984 that all went, well, this is nonsense.
yeah.
No one's going to believe this. But the AHRC picked up, went, let's try and implement it. They are literally, at one point in it, they say, when they're just addressing different parts of the Sex Discrimination Act, they say a man's desire to be pregnant is sufficient for him to be classed as a woman under law.
Yeah, changing the definitions of a mum to
Yep.
birthing person.
person, and basically put in
That's because of trans men, you fucking idiot, and that's because of like intersex people, that's because of fucking non-binary, that's not because of trans women.
yeah, yeah.
Like
It's like,
no trans woman wants to be called a fucking birthing person either. And like
yeah, it's like I'm all for. I'm all for medical facilities like NHS and all of that. Trying to become more
yeah, like birthing person is literally because not everyone who's pregnant is a woman. Like there are trans,
exactly.
we need
Yeah,
to,
but
but
also,
nobody's going to call you that to your face if you don't want
no,
to be. And also, like, I don't think like it's birthing person is sort of like the best of a bad situation, to be honest, because like there's no way. But you know,
yeah, it's like God forbid, NHS is trying to become more gender gender friendly, pronoun friendly. Like God forbid, and you literally get butt hurt over a birthing person. Come on, like
These
grow the
people
fuck
do
up.
actually, some of these people do actually literally believe that God does forbid it. So
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
don't forbid it.
no,
I approve it. I am a very merciful God.
yeah, um, yeah, um, we're on, yeah,
Like it,
only 3 minutes in.
I love that. I love how
Yeah,
fucking shit I am at keeping focus.
It goes, oh, she's going to get sued. I don't want to do it. I'll get rid of it. There should be protection for the law that I just buy it,
Yeah.
making life choices.
Yeah.
So they've turned that around to make it that basically, oh, a man with a pregnancy fetish has those same protections.
You keep talking about fetishes as if you knew what they were. Sal.
Jeff did a journalist who
A desire to be pregnant isn't a fetish unless it's
Oh.
for sexual reasons that they decide to be pregnant. Like, I guess it could be by the classic definition of the word. Hold on, I need to see if my nail polish is like my good nail polish is up there.
yeah. Listen, but I'm sure there are men out there have, who has, has a thing for pregnant women. Right, right. Me personally, I wouldn't necessarily call it a fetish or a kink, personally.
Kink, definitely not like that.
But
Purely sexual. Like there is a definition of the word like fetish that isn't sexual, but
yeah,
people don't people don't use that phrasing anymore. Which is unfortunate because I like I kind of like it. I kind of like to say that like, but because fetish, you like what it does mean is that it's like in this not obsession, but this not fascination. What's a bit above fascination, but a bit below obsession? Um,
um,
Ideation maybe.
let me,
Anyway, it's one like when you have a you're stuck on an object. Like you are like oh this I need rubber gloves and like um or or like a certain thing being there like what and not just in a sexual way. For example, one could say that I have a fetish for the aesthetics of VHS, which is why that's like my main aesthetic. Or I have a fetish for like cocaine because I want like I it's more than just the substance. I do genuinely find it, and I like cocaine. I do find erotic as well, but like there's a different thing. Or I have a fetish for uh like uh, religious iconography and stuff like that. I like those things in a way
yeah,
that more than just like and more than just fascination and more than but it doesn't have to be in a sexual way. I don't like rosaries in a sexual way, but I do like rosaries. In fact, I love rosaries to the point where have you seen Cruel Intention?
yes,
You know the cross that, like the rosary that Sarah Michelle Gellar has, where she snorts coke from it.
yeah,
I have that, an exact replica, handmade in real silver with real gemstones. I paid shitloads to have that made and shipped to me. Like it was specifically made for me, because I desperately wanted it so much. And then yeah, I do use cocaine in it, and that's like yeah, I have that sort of like uh especially twisting iconography in that way, I think it's beautiful. And I think it's beautiful because I'm like, I worship my God. I dated a Christian once, and she was like, "Oh, you have a rosary?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I worship my God with it." And then I opened it and showed her the cocaine. Just like, I think there's a reason she broke up with me, to be honest.
Yeah,
But my point is that like fetish, I wish that we still used fetish in a non-sexual way.
yeah. It's
We
like,
do
I mean, yeah.
sacrilege.
So, like I say, me personally, I wouldn't call it a fetish or kink, but that's just me.
No,
If
no.
there are men who, for whatever reason,
Like there are definitely men with the empreg fetish. Like
yeah,
that's just like oh, I get off on the fact that like Sonic as a guy is pregnant, which is like fucking hell. That's when if I find like at that point, do you even have to do the fucking evaluation to find out if you're autistic?
no.
Like
Uh,
that should be it. Like figuring out that your fucking child is into Sonic Empreg. That's like yeah, yeah, that's an autist.
yeah,
I say this as an autistic person myself who doesn't like I don't like neither Sonic Empreg or fucking trains. Because I was an autistic person who decided that I needed to be able to get laid in my life, so I started liking music and drugs instead.
yeah.
My
So yeah,
hyperfixation.
there are basically there are men who, for some unknown reason, get turned on by pregnant women. I
Or
don't
by
know. I couldn't explain to you why they do.
or by
They just
pregnant
do.
hedgehogs.
Yeah,
I desperately want to fuck Sonic in the ass. I'll make
yeah.
you pregnant. No,
Um,
please don't.
yeah. Um, we
Would you
will
like one?
listen. We will do um a couple of more minutes, and then I think, and then we'll probably call it
Oh,
because I mean,
I think I'm acing this, to be honest. Like, this is going to be one of those episodes that I re-listen to a lot.
yeah.
I'm on my
Uh,
fucking A game.
First, basically, have gender identity in sex discrimination and games.
This stems to the dark places I've seen as well, which that's not the focus, and I understand. But like, I think it's minor attracted individuals.
There's those, and then there's autogynephiles. So autogynephiles are
What the fuck did he?
also, gynophilia doesn't
No, but
exist.
what the
No,
fuck did he just say?
he said minor attracted something.
Pedophile.
I don't know the fuck he was trying. I don't know what the hell he was trying to say, but he was basically
Minor,
saying
minor,
minor
attra
attracted
minor attracted person is
person. That's it. Yeah,
yeah, minor attracted person or an MAP. That's like a politically correct way to say pedophile invented by pedophiles because they thought the word
yeah,
pedophile sounded too harsh. Fucking hell. You bitch face McCunt bubble who decided to host this fucking show. Like the dude, the fucking hat dude, the dude in the ugly fucking hat. I hope you genuinely fucking die.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck did that happen? What the fuck did you... Oh, we're just having a conversation here where we're talking about asking hard questions, and all of a sudden, while talking about trans people, I'm going to start like referencing pedophiles.
You know,
You fucking die. I hope you get hit by a fucking bus, you dumb cunt. I hope you
you
kill
know.
you.
Ha, has anyone? I always wonder this, and maybe this is just me, right? Because I'm not like everyone else because I actually use my brain, and I don't open it if I don't know anything. So yeah, maybe it's just me, but what is it with their fascination and putting children in harm's way? But whenever they hint or mention anything to do with pedophilia, right, they always put children in harm's way,
Like, and yeah,
and it's like,
I can tell you
uh,
what it is. It's about scapegoating. It's about scapegoating. It's about deciding that all societal ills, including pedophilia, has to do with trans people. There's no
yeah,
actual proof for this to be the case, of course. In fact, as statistics shows, trans people of all kinds, and uh, especially trans women, have are historically the victim of sexual assault.
yeah,
No, and like a lot of trans people have like child sexual assault in the background as the victim again, not as the perpetrator. But they love to like connect the two, and he just decided to drop that like minor attracted person. Also, why are you using the code word? Just say the word pedophile, you fucking coward. Oh, we get demonetized by YouTube. Yeah, well, you know, I just told you to kill yourself. So,
yeah,
I hope you get demonetized from life, you fucking bitch. But like, uh, so he just decides to drop that in there while they're discussing like, uh, pregnancy fetish. By the way, she was talking about men who wanted to themselves be pregnant. Like that was the fetish. That's not the same thing as pedophilia, unless you think you can fuck a fetus while it's in the fucking womb. While it's in your own womb, besides. Have you ever tried to fuck your own ass? Because it's not physically possible. And like, you can
mm,
definitely not fuck your own womb. But like, the fact that he just drops it in there is because his mind has linked trans people and pedophiles into the same thing.
yeah,
And that's why he drops it in there. And that's why I genuinely got furious there for a second. Now I've calmed down. I know that it's not a nice thing to do to tell people that you want them to kill themselves. In my defense, the world would be a better place if it did. Like
yeah,
some suicides aren't bad. Uh, I'm going to come right out to say that. Like his wouldn't be. And I hope that his corpse is raped.
yeah,
Like
uh,
fuck you, dude. Seriously. Stop. Like I have a hard. I have a thing about not wanting children to get hurt. Uh,
yeah,
so to get like lumped in with people who had children is
yeah, yeah. It just, it's not a laughing matter, but I have to laugh because otherwise I will do because otherwise I will literally lose my shit. Um, these people, and I'm using that word loosely, these people claim that they are protecting children, right? They will say they are protecting children until the cows come home, until you have a cow on your fucking lawn or whatever, right? It's like, oh, we're protecting children, whilst simultaneously doing what this guy just said, right? And it's like, no, you're not, because what you're doing is you are hiding behind your child.
yeah, and also you're diluting the word
Uh,
pedophile. You're
yeah,
diluting the word fucking groomer.
yeah,
What we've seen, like I hate people who use the word groomer. Like even around the people who use it outside of a fucking sexual context should
yeah,
because grooming is a very fucking specific thing. It's not just manipulation. It's fucking getting people ready to pluck them.
yeah,
It's making people comfortable with the idea that you're going to rape them. That's what.
yeah. And I will say this, and you know, if any trolls, any turfs are listening, then do pay attention. Um, if you put your child in harm's way in the context of a paedophilic argument and you put your child in harm's way, in the line of fire, right? You are complicit in putting your child in danger. And if you do that, then you deserve what's coming to you.
Yep.
I don't care. You can have your beliefs. I don't really care. Your beliefs don't hurt my feelings. They don't,
I don't. They
right?
don't put mine either, and I genuinely wouldn't care if they did.
But you
Uh,
don't get to
Getting hurt
pretend
isn't
to
a problem.
save children when you're literally putting them in danger. More to the point, I find that sentence laughable, given the numerous amount of cis men that have been arrested for messing with children and all of that. But hey,
Yeah, and how
far be
often
it
they
from me
tend to be
to
right wing or fucking like of those people's ilk.
yeah, but hey,
Like the
far
people
be
with
it
the
from me
pedophiles
to
on this
point
line
that
are
out.
you.
Yeah, um, yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I got really fucking like
We're gonna
pissed me off. It did. That genuinely got me angry.
yeah, so we will.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to watch any more of this today.
No,
Uh,
we only got like 4 minutes in.
And still, I am much happier than I was last week.
Yeah,
No, like, yeah, we only got 3 minutes in, but we've been talking about a lot of stuff.
yeah.
But
So yeah,
this
so
is going to be one of my favorite episodes. I swear to God, I'm going to clip the fuck out of this.
yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's enough of that. We will be covering in next week's episode. We will be covering the latest news, and so we will return and do a part 3 either the week after that or the week after that, because we might take a break and get back to reviewing a TV series or book
I think we
to
should
mix
do
things
one of
up.
those like backgrounds and experiences again at some point, actually.
Yeah, yeah, we could.
Like do that for a culture thing week instead.
Yeah,
Because I kind of like that idea of like because now it's been like what is it since we started 1.5 years, and like my
yeah, almost.
life
Yeah,
looks fucking extremely different than it did back then.
yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Like
Um,
literally look different. I'm in a different place. I don't smoke in the videos as much as I did back then.
no.
I remember when I
Also,
smoked and I missed that place.
yeah. Also, a little update, but um, I am in conversation with Helen Rebelly, or should I say Helen Rebelly's PR. Max already knows this because I mentioned it when we was off air in last week's episode.
By the way, the fact
Um,
that you're in talks with a PR team is why you're doing this and not
yeah.
like why you are
Um,
doing that kind of shit while I'm just sitting here waiting for the guests to come. Because like
yeah.
if I wrote to someone and I got a response from the fucking PR team, I would tell them to fuck off and give me the real person. Like I'm not like equipped.
Yeah. So,
By the way, I'm
um,
not saying that you should do that. I'm not saying that she's wrong for having a
yeah,
PR team. I'm saying I'm the fucking weird one here.
yeah. And so, yeah, I responded to their email on
Yeah.
Monday regarding dates.
Yeah.
I got back to them.
And as I told you back then,
Yeah,
uh, if like I'm not saying that it will be, but I'm saying that there is a chance that at some point we're going to have a guest whose deal breaker is, can the cunt not be on?
Yeah.
Like, because I get not wanting to be seen sharing a fucking screen on a podcast with someone who will outright tell people, I want this person to kill themselves and I want their corpse to be raped. Like, I get that. That's a reasonable request. If that ever happens, then Torin will be doing that interview and I will be off
Yeah.
with it. That's
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So yeah, I replied to them. I said that we are basically available from the 13th from the 13th and 17th of April onwards at 7 p.m. And so I'm waiting for them to get back to me.
Yeah.
But they have let me know that Helen is very interested in coming on.
Ooh.
So so that's just a little update. So we may have her on as soon as, so we could have her on within a week, or it could be within the next 2 weeks. I don't know. It depends on how her diary looks. So look forward to that.
I am very much.
Um, Obviously we will be wanting to have Thomas and Matt back on at some point.
Yeah, and the other Heather at the point.
Heather back on at some point.
Genuinely, every person we've had on would like to do again.
Yeah, but obviously, but
Uh,
we will only have Heather back on, Heather Patterson that is, if something massive has happened that is worth her coming back on for. Just really massive, or we'll just or we'll just ask her to come back on to have a catch up and have a bit of a chat.
yeah, like
Who knows?
I don't mind that.
Yeah, but
Like, you know,
yeah,
like with her, I think we're kind of worse than with anyone at getting to the fucking point, actually. Uh,
yeah,
because she's very, very, very almost appreciative, it seems, of our complete fucking refusal to stay on point.
yeah, yeah.
And I love it that. And she's
Um,
great. And if
yeah,
you would ever hear
yeah,
this, Heather, I hope you're doing well.
yeah, me too. Um, so yeah, that's just a little update. Um, until then, the chaos will remain. So yeah, next week we'll cover news. The week after that, either review a TV series or do a background episode. Like,
Like we
um,
did our first backgrounds and experiences.
yeah,
Funnily
um,
enough, I had no experience. Like I could barely like go back to the first episode. I think
yeah,
there's actually a video of that uploaded. Like go back to that, look at me, and like just listen to me. I was so fucking nervous.
yeah,
But I do still.
um,
It's very, very funny that the first things I ever, first words out of my fucking mouth on this podcast are, "Well, I'm a high functioning narcissist."
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, we do want to get back into those types of episodes, but obviously,
So I have a few other philosophical, like purely philosophical episodes. Like let's
yeah,
consider this concept. What was it? What was it we did? Labels.
yeah. So
That was a good one. I was so sick that day that it was the first time I did cocaine on air. That was
yeah,
the only way I could stay awake.
yeah. So yeah,
But I wasn't.
we we're what was I going to say? Yeah, so we want to get back to our like the earlier types of episodes we did. Those will come back. It's just with everything going on in the world. You know, we try and lighten the mood
Also
a little bit.
with my complete and fucking utter refusal to, because like we basically said at the start that doing those like episodes like labels and stuff, that would be my thing to
Yeah,
come up with topics, and my fucking laziness have kind of like fucked us over there, because yeah,
yeah,
you basically have to like you basically have to hunt me down to be able to get a fucking thing to like review every week as well, every other week as well, because I
yeah,
keep forgetting to fucking send it to you. Um,
yeah. Well,
and
at
that was
least,
my idea to start doing.
yeah.
Like I
Well,
think it works. I think it's funny.
yeah. Well, at least I actually remembered to send you the link ahead of time. Except for those 2 times that I completely fucking forgot.
I
I
always
had to
think
do it last minute.
I always think that I respond to it by saying like, "Hey, I got it," just so that you won't have to like write to me the next day, like, "Hey,
Yeah,
like, send you the link," and then I always think that I respond to that as well, but I definitely sometimes don't because
yeah,
I'm shit at responding to things. But you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Be
yeah,
professional about it? Fuck no.
yeah, yeah. I think, yeah. Um, you might think that for a podcast that has got like 30 subscribers on YouTube, which we don't care about subscribers, you know,
Fine.
we just get together, we get together once a week for an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. Um,
Not everyone,
which,
but like,
which I don't think we'll ever do again. Never
no,
say never, but we might.
what? What are you, what would we never do again?
The 3 hour podcast.
Oh my God, that one.
We might. Never say never, but I don't know.
That was a good one though.
Yeah, it was.
That was one of
Yeah,
Heather's, right?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, because
So
that was the one where my boyfriend literally said, like, "No, you can't. You are not allowed to do that that long of like an episode." But then he listened to it.
yeah,
I don't remember if you could do that back then.
yeah,
But like one of the things, and then he says like, "Yeah, that was actually great."
yeah. Just, uh, just be glad, and this is to our listeners that our episodes each week isn't 3 hours long. Because trust me, if our episodes were 3 hours long, I think that might push people to the limits of
Yeah,
our chaos,
but about
of
the
the chaos.
subscribers, like about the subscriber thing, because like YouTube subscriber thing is completely. I'm not going to. Why am I sitting here waving a knife covered in fucking cocaine and amphetamines? Uh, but like about us, the subscriber thing, like I don't remember when I last subscribed to a fucking YouTube channel, to be honest. Like I have channels that I watch. I'm hardly subscribed to any one of them. What I'm subscribed to is other shit that I used to watch back when I was 16 or something when I first registered my account.
Yeah,
Uh, and like, I don't know. Subscribers literally mean nothing to viewers and stuff like that. And I like, I know personally, people who do listen sometimes who are not subscribed to us. Like, I'm not saying we're a huge podcast. Like, we're still a fucking small little shit podcast. Like, we get big names.
yeah,
And I like that. I like being the scruffy underground. Like, what the fuck? Why do people think that my follow account on Twitter is a fucking bug or something? That's a feature. Uh, because
yeah,
when I get more subscribers, I start turning into a fucking pussy. You saw that happen when I had like 90 subscribers. All of a sudden, I started to care what people think, and now I don't anymore. Which means that I can do the shit that I do now.
yeah. And you know, now that I only have that one account on Twitter, namely the podcast count, you know, I've got nothing to lose. But yeah, in terms of, you know, you may think that how do they manage to get the guests they've had on so far? It's really it's not a secret. It's just good luck. That's
Yeah,
all it is. It's good
uh,
luck.
like
It's a shot in the dark.
boyfriend has a very, very, very good theory as well. Like the fact that um, we probably have like the highest ceiling of acceptability of any podcast on this side of the aisle. Like, sure, there are Nazi podcasts where they definitely say shit like, we should exterminate all the Jews, or whatever the fuck Nazis say these days. But, like, yeah, sure, those podcasts exist. I would say that that's not a high ceiling of like what it goes. Because the second you say, no, we shouldn't, then you're all of a sudden a kike lover. But like, uh, his theory is that people genuinely like to come on because we are the way we are.
Yeah.
Like there's basically nothing that doesn't go.
Yeah, it's like some may say that we are perhaps too real with what we say
Yeah, people
and
can
how
have
we are.
yeah.
But listen, it's worked for us so far. We've had no issues. Obviously, I mean, I've never had to interact with a PR before. So again, this is something new.
Yeah, that's so fucking
I've normally just interacted with the person themselves.
yeah.
So with Helen Rebelly, it's different. But when they reply to me, when her assistant replies to me, I'll just briefly in that reply I will briefly explain to her. I mean you can send me what you want to say and I'll put it in
No, like that's
my
it's like
words.
yeah. But
Um,
like, I'm not like if they don't mention it, then they don't
yeah,
mention it.
but
That's kind of like how I get into it anyway.
yeah,
But if they would be like, I don't know, send them the fucking
best,
send them
best,
the fucking clip show.
yeah,
This is what we're all about, and just
yeah.
sending them Max's anathema.
I mean, you never know. I mean, Helen might say to her assistant, say she might be fine with it. You never know. I mean,
Yeah, like I do think that most people are like
yeah,
I
but
do
yeah,
think like yeah I'm vile, but like I'm not non-pleasant.
yeah, but
Quite
yeah.
nice, but
So
that's you know.
yeah, so yeah, that's the update. Um, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's that's that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I think so. I like having guests on. Uh, I
yeah. I'd love to have. I would love to have guests on every week, but one we don't one we've only had a very few, and if I'm honest, I don't I don't reach out to people that often
no,
because I'm mainly trying to stick to
yeah,
those who we've had on.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't want that people every week. Then I would have to be
we
one.
will no, and the reason why is because I don't want to become that podcast where we solely rely on guests and nothing else.
No,
We
definitely
have
not.
more than enough to offer between the two of us. We don't need anyone else to help carry an episode. We do that by ourselves
Yeah, and
with
some of
our
the things that we have to offer
chaos.
are, yeah, and one of the things that we have to, some of the things that we have to offer are even positive.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah.
I do have my weird
But
brand, activity, don't I? I'm weirdly enough a positive person, I think. I tend to call myself an optimist. People tend to not agree with that, but I am. How the fuck do you I can't manage like no.
No.
I know some things that we have to offer, like just on like how we do shit,
Yeah.
and it's uh there are certain things that I've chosen to just not. You're never going to hear a fucking sob story from me on this podcast. I'm not going to do that.
No.
We don't need like and it's like it's not a conscious effort in the sense like I am a genuinely like yeah, I'm clinically depressed and I'm like suffer from different mental issues and stuff like that. But I am like mostly a happy person, to be honest. Like I've realized that if I got if I died and I got a like, would you like to live that life again or would you like to live another life that we specially designed for you? I cannot think of another life that I would want to live. Uh, I like my life. I love my fucking life, genuinely. I had a goal when I was 12 years old, and it was uh, to never settle anywhere. Like I always wanted to be able to get up and leave the second. Like I've never had a first-hand contract. I always rent from people. That's why I live in a fucking guest house right now. Which, by the way, I live in a fucking guest house right now. It's the best place I've ever lived. Never tie myself to anything. Like my job, don't make a career of it. I want to be as free as I can possibly be, and I want to do as many drugs as I can possibly. This was what I like my dream when I was 12 years old. I want to do all the drugs that I want to do, and I want to fuck as many people as possible. So now I live in a guest house, and I have sure, do have a boyfriend who I live with like half the week, but also like I fuck other people. I have fucked going on like 300 people soon.
Yeah.
And I have done like every drug except for heroin, and I love it. Like I'm literally living my dream. I just
Yeah.
designed my life, and I love it so much. And
Yeah.
I like to not like wallow in the bad shit. And even when I did like, yeah, I did the reading, and that was a rough text. That was a hard thing to do, but it's still funny. And like I don't want to be a crying trans person online.
Yeah. No.
Because there is shit about there are stuff that I genuinely fucking hate about being trans, and I would rather not be it than to be it. But if I had to, like, if I got to choose, everything was the same. I just wasn't trans. Of course I would. But if I got to choose that and like my life would change, yeah, no, I'm not going to, I wouldn't because my life is the life that I want to live, and
Yeah.
that's like on a basic level what I think that I offer more than anything else. Like because there's so much fucking tragedy online, not just from trans people, but on like the whole fucking queer spectrum and like on every side that isn't like genuinely genocidal bastards. There's so much misery going on, and it's so much like take things seriously and stuff like that. And like, sure,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
have a fucking laugh.
Yeah. George Michael was the same way. He had a partner
Yeah,
who, you know, they were in love, but you know, George Michael was able to go out clubbing, sleep with whoever he wanted, you know,
yeah,
go cruising, um, and do all that. And it's like, you know, as he phrased it, um, I get to sleep with beautiful people,
yeah.
including my partner. And it's like, you're
Great.
not hurting anyone.
Um, No, and like and you know, you can be.
Yeah.
And also,
Obviously, you know, he
you
didn't stop the
don't have to be.
press from hounding him.
No, of course not. But like,
But yeah,
imagine, imagine if I was famous. Do you think the press wouldn't hound me? I would be a fucking. That would be a fucking nightmare. And I never want to be famous. I was like an e-celeb in Sweden when I was a kid. I was like 16 years old, and I ran a big blog that like ended up in a fight with the biggest blog on in Sweden, biggest blogger in Sweden, because said she would have been better swallowed. Uh, like the shit that I'm doing now, I've been doing that for fucking ages,
yeah,
and I think it kind of fucked up my because all of a sudden I had like thousands of readers, and I think that genuinely did fuck up my sort of development for a bit to like go through a very uh, weird point in life with that many people like looking up to me. So I'm very weird about having fans and stuff now. That's actually why, like, if I ever get more than like 5,000 followers, which I'm never going to get, by the way, uh, I'm
yeah,
personally myself going to delete my account and start over.
yeah. Mm.
Which is weird because I'm releasing a book later this year. And by the way, when that happens, trust me, we're going to do a full fucking episode with me just marketing that.
Yeah,
This is the one
yeah,
when this is the one. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a stroke. This is the one venue that I actually have to fucking utilize. I'm going to utilize the fuck out of it. Also, I'm going to force you to read it. So look forward to that. It should
yeah,
happen. It should happen someday during some time during fall. We're
yeah, yeah,
translating it over the summer. We've decided.
yeah. I look forward to that episode. Yeah. Um. Yeah.
It,
So, we have a lot of uh, basically what you guys don't see. Because um, when it comes to doing
because you
episodes,
mind.
um, we basically I messaged Max saying, "Do you want to do this and do that?" So basically, there are going to be episodes that are gonna be come from Max that she wants to do, and we will do them. So
Yeah,
so be
just the dial.
warned, be prepared. You know what to expect from us by now, surely. You don't come here for any sanity. There's no sanity here. We're all fucked. Um, so yeah, be prepared.
Luckily enough,
Um,
most episodes won't be chosen by me because,
yeah, the
as
only
Chris says, usually it goes like, he messaged me, "Do you want to do this?" I say yes.
yeah,
Sure, let's do
and
it.
trust me,
Yeah,
if Max didn't want to do it, she'd tell me. She'd be like, no, so do this.
yeah.
So it's not, so I don't, so it's not all me doing the work
I
because
literally
that's not how I see it.
And also, like, I literally changed the format of our fucking podcast because I couldn't handle like reading the news every week because that would make me blow my brains out. So,
But
like, yeah, I definitely have influence. Like,
yeah,
it's not all you. I fucking
no,
changed how we did things by just saying that. Uh,
yeah,
it's not like,
but
yeah, it's a collaborative effort, but a collaborative
yeah,
effort for me will always be me putting in not that much effort into planning because I'm not a great planner, to be honest. Do you want to hear something funny? I haven't actually written down a single fucking lesson plan for the 8 years that I worked as a teacher. I have them in my fucking head.
yeah,
Well,
um,
same thing with like um when you the lectures,
yeah,
which means they go long because I talk like this, but I'm never like there's no one talking back to me. Uh, so I go off on like so many fucking tangents.
yeah,
I have lectures that last for several classes. Like I'm going to do one on literature history. I actually have a PowerPoint prepared for that one. I'm going to start doing it like uh, the week after Easter's break when we get back. I have 3 lessons a week with all my ninth graders, about an hour each. That lecture in itself, like that will take the whole week because I will run through every piece of literature history. And I don't know if you've gotten this. I kind of fucking like literature.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
you have to. Yeah.
but I do have a thesis actually for that one. And my thesis is, and this is how you get kids interested in literature, by the way. Humanity hasn't gotten worse. We haven't gotten more insane. We haven't gotten more sex crazed. We haven't gotten more violent. We have always been the most fucking like filthy fucking animals. Like if you ever read Decameron, it's basically American Pie, but it's written in the Middle Ages. It's basically a fucking sex comedy. They actually did like film version of one of the stories told in that book. And it's called The Little Hours because it kind of sounds like the little horse. And it's about nuns desperately wanting to fuck a guy. And it's a sex comedy. And then there were a bunch of people who clearly hadn't read the original, and who clearly were just like, "Oh, classic literature, you must treat that with respect." And it's like they were like, "How can they turn such a beautiful, classic, wonderful piece of work into that?" And like, yeah, it is a wonderful and classic piece of work. It has lived like survived hundreds and hundreds of years, but it's also a sex comedy.
Yeah.
Like that's on paper, that's what it is. It's not subtle about it. It's about people and how much they want to fuck and how bad they are at fucking and how fucking clumsy we are when we try to do it. Like it's basically American Pie or like super bad or something. And then we have shit like oh God, like the Divine Comedy. It's one of my favorite pieces of poetry ever. It's Dante, like Dante's Inferno, Dante's Purgatory, Dante's Paradiso. It's beautiful, but also if Dante didn't like you, he put you in hell. Like going through hell, there are like politicians that he doesn't like from the time, and then it's that fucking cunt neighbor who didn't return the sugar bowl when he borrowed it. Like that's what he that's how he treats like the fucking like that's how he treats hell in that one. It's basically just everyone I don't like it goes to hell, and then he invents limbo. He invents the first circle of hell because there are a bunch of people who can't go to heaven, and the first circle of hell in the poem is just basically like life on Earth, but eternal, and we get to chill. And that's for the people who didn't believe in the Christian God, but who weren't bad people. So that's where he places people like Virgil, who was his favorite poet but who like because he like died before Christianity became a thing, he couldn't go to heaven, so he gets placed in the first circle of hell, which is limbo, which is life on earth for eternity, which is like kind of chill, you know. Um, and that's what he does because he can't bear to have them suffer. So he just invents this thing that has now become like culturally significant. Because he's such a fucking piece of shit that he can't even imagine. Like he can imagine anyone he doesn't like burning for fucking eternity without caring about it. Literally, the entire point of his journey through hell is to have him stop questioning God's choice to have people burn in it. Like his pride is his biggest downfall. But like that's the character Dante. The poet Dante, his pride is on every fucking page of that fucking book.
Yeah.
And then also like Virgil shows up. Like again, Dante's favorite poet, Virgil, shows up to lead him through hell. And oh, by the way, he just thinks Dante is so cool and smart and hot. Like, oh my God. It's essentially the first case of fan fiction. And Dante is essentially a 14-year-old girl with how he fucking relates to with how he relates to fucking Virgil. It's basically one of those One Direction fanfics, which for some reason takes place during the Purge.
Oh,
Oh, and if you don't know, that's actually a thing. Like there are a bunch of One Direction fanfics that happen to take place during the Purge. And I'm going to do a live reading of one of them at some point.
awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
and this, by the way, is why I don't request topics very often, because it ends up like this. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with what we're actually what we're actually here to talk about. It's just me talking about the weirdest fucking shit that I know.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Yeah.
done. Sorry, Jesus
Um,
Christ, I've been locked in a room like grading papers for the entire day. Like it's exam season, and
yeah.
this
Um,
this is the first human I've had in the day.
yeah. Yeah. Um,
I almost look like a
yeah. Great. I don't. I don't think I'd be able to cope if I had to grade papers all day. But that's why you're a teacher and I'm not. Um,
Yeah, I don't mind. I think it's kind of
yeah.
fun, but like
Um, you know, yeah,
kind of socialist stuff.
yeah.
Uh, now
But
I actually
like,
do have to get off because my computer has
yeah,
like 2% left.
yeah. We'll like let me. Yeah. So we will see you in next week's episode. So yeah, I'm gonna stop recording.